Hey guys, welcome back. Raw Dog here. This time we're going to be covering some more of The Division. Yes, I know we've been covering a lot of this game lately, but there's so much to cover and there's so little me. Today there was a big announcement over on the Ubisoft Twitch live stream. If you guys didn't get a chance to kick into that, I didn't myself. I had to work currently when they were live streaming it. I did get to go back for you guys, and I clipped out as much as I could of gameplay they showed of the new Incursion. There's this first free Incursion, which happens to launch on April 12th on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and PC. It will be the first of two announced free Incursions. Their in-game activities are designed with squad play in mind, and it features new stuff like loot trading. So say you went through this raid, I'm going to call it a raid for the sake of the video, even though it's an Incursion, but say you went through this raid with your clanmates, and say clanmate number 3 kept getting a backpack and he needed a holster to finish his gear set, because you get gear sets for this. There's 4, we'll talk about that in a second, and you needed that, vice versa. Well, you guys can now loot trade as long as you're in the same squad together, which is a very, very request feature. I think Destiny should have brought that in. I think that's a good feature to have compared to what Destiny did with theirs. The first Incursion is titled Falcon Lost. It sends players to a new location. It's set in an underground water treatment facility that's a stronghold for the faction known as the Last Man Battalion. As you know, they are a really hard group of players. I don't know if anyone's played challenge mode on Russian consulate. You know it's going to be a pain in the ass. Now, Ubisoft did a bunch of details on it. I currently made some notes, and here's what I put down for a description of the first Incursion. Falcon Lost has 2 difficulties: hard mode, which is recommended for players whose gear score is equivalent to level 31. So if you have level 31, you should be good to play this and play it on hard mode. Now, there's challenge mode, which is even tougher, and challenge mode is nothing like you think you knew before compared to what this Incursion is going to bring. It's going to be like, say, the rooftop scene sequence on the Lexington event on steroids meets Arnold Schwarzenegger's baby turd. There's no checkpoints in Falcon Lost, or probably any of the other Incursions are going to bring out with this, which is a new dynamic, which makes it really hard. If your team goes down during any point in this, you have to restart from the beginning. And it says, additionally, you can replay Falcon Lost in the upcoming of the Incursions many times you want and still be rewarded with new loot, which is very, very handy. Which doesn't necessarily mean you're always going to get a new item. And then they went on to include, the update will include 4 new gear sets: Sentry's Call, Striker's Battle Gear, Path of the Nomad, and Technician's Authority, which are designed for specific player roles, which is really neat if you have a medic, or you have 2 guys that have really high firepower, or you have a guy that's all about gadgets. I'm more of a high firepower and a tank build myself, and my clanmate I usually play with, we usually just do 2 guys, and we just find a couple randoms. We found some great guys out there that we played with. Shout out to all the people we played with lately. But for us, I'm a tank build and firepower, and he's more of a slight tank build and an electrician, so he's constantly throwing out abilities for us while I'm constantly taking their armor down. And the new gear will push your agent's abilities beyond the current level cap of 30, kind of like how they introduced with Destiny's Taken King, the new light system. So it's probably how you level up, and it's probably how you have to play certain Incursions. I'm assuming you probably have to get most of the gear sets to rank up to a certain level to probably even be able to begin to play the second DLC Incursion. I know that's further to think down the road, but that's my current thoughts on it. The update will feature a few gameplay changes, including the ability to swap loot, which I already mentioned, and another neat feature which kind of pissed me off that I thought should have been in here: if your agent dies, then your camera is going to follow the other agents in your squad or on your fire team. And a new ability for AI, which does a whole new dynamic in the strategy play and having to hide behind cover more, because I usually don't hide behind a whole lot of cover, is enemies will now deploy drones in battle. Falcon Lost is the first DLC, followed by another free Incursion titled Conflict. After that, Ubisoft's paid DLCs come into play, and they start with Underground, Survival, and Last Stand. I don't remember right off the hand which I know Underground's first. I think it comes out in June, and then the next one another month and a half later, and another month and a half later. I don't know if they come with their own incursions, how long the storyline goes for that. But that's everything they detailed in the live stream today. I'm really amped and excited for this. They really need to bring some more stuff, I think, to the Dark Zone. I don't think the Dark Zone's quite there yet. This brings more dynamic to the Outer World grinding. But if you guys enjoyed this talk about the Division Incursion, let me know in the comments section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And as always, I will see you in the Dark Zone. Later, boys.